going to have more of a focus, ideally, on training our upper body, okay? And also loading the wrists, adding a little bit of impact wrists as well. So pop your band to one side because you're not going to need it just yet. We'll just do a quick little head to toe to make sure we've got nice alignment, okay? Perfect, Hannah. That will do. If not, I'll give you variation without, okay? You're going to lift your toes up off the mat, spread them wide, and press the pads of the toes into the floor. So we want to feel before we start that we are grounded and we're rooted into the floor. You want to think of a nice triangle base, big toe, middle toe, center of the heel. Soft bend and stretch, and you can just gently swing the arms. And this is really just to kind of shake everything out, make sure there's no tension. And then from there, we're going to just come to hands on the hips. We're going to rock the pelvis forward and back. Forward and back. So you just quite exaggerated to start, just to create a bit of movement through the pelvis. And then I want you to make it smaller and smaller until you find your neutral. And all that means is it's halfway between those two exaggerated positions. You've got 3 circles, your hips, your ribs, your shoulders and your collarbone, and they all float one on top of the other. Think of those as you relax the hands. You can even close your eyes and take a couple nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Really nice. Hi, Maria. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So as we breathe in, I want you to imagine the rib cage swinging open. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine that your waist narrows and your abdominals gently contract. Inhale, ribs swing open. Exhale, waist narrows, abdominals contract. You've got one more here. Nice big breath in. And then exhale. From there, we're going to open the eyes and just gently scan the head from right to left. No stress or tension on the neck. Just let it glide gently from side to side. Good. We are then going to finish with our head to the center. We're going to lift the shoulders up by the ears. Exhale. Drop them down the back. And this wants to feel really heavy. Exactly, just let everything go. Nice, ladies. 2 more here, lift and drop. Last one, and drop. From there, you're going to roll the shoulders back, opening up the ribs and opening up the chest. And then from there, we're going to place the hands onto the shoulders and roll the elbows back. So making that movement a little bit bigger as we go. And then lastly, you're going to let go of the shoulders, lift the arms, lift the chest, circle around and come down. And this is just about getting your spine to move, getting your shoulders to work. Just create as much space through the upper body. And we're going to finish our last one with our hands up towards the ceiling. You are going to touch the ceiling with your right hand and then touch the ceiling with your left hand. So we get these big stretches. We lengthen up through the side of the body. There's a little lean, right? But it's not going into that deep side flexion. It's just enough to open through the back. We're then going to finish by interlacing the fingers, taking the hands behind the head. And I want you to pull the shoulders away from the ears and press your head into your hands. You want to have that feeling like you could lift your head up out of your neck and shoulders. You're going to rotate your rib cage gently to the right. And then you're going to come back through center and go to the left. So adding rotation into a workout is still important, okay? What we want to be mindful of is twisting and bending at the same time, right? Those movements aren't ideal, but moving with or in one plane of motion within your comfortable range, so what feels good for you, because everyone's a bit different, is great. And we need to do it so that we keep that mobility through the spine. You're going to finish your last one with your hands to center and then just relax the arms down. And then from there, you're going to grab your resistance band if you have one. And we are going to start. I had a bit of an incident with mine today and I broke it. It's a little bit shorter than I would usually have, but usually a long band is good. So you're going to place your band onto the mat. And let's pop it underneath our right foot, okay? Now, This, you're going to hold on to the band any which way you want. You're going to tuck your elbow in close to your rib cage, and you're going to pull the arm up and down, up and down. Good. Now, if you don't have your resistance band, you can always grab a weight if you've got a weight there, or something similar. Exactly. Perfect, Miranda. Yes, you can use a weight exactly the same. So if you feel like, oh, it's not working for me, grab hold of a weight or something, water bottle can that you feel is going to help. Okay. Now we want to really think about keeping that elbow fixed in position and pull, right? If that elbow is moving around, we lose what we're trying to work, which is that bicep muscle. Okay. Think about how many times you pull something towards you. As you do this, be mindful of your posture, right? And if it feels too easy, then grab a bit lower. In fact, mine's a bit easy. I'm going to go a bit harder. So we're mindful that when we pull that band, we're not leaning back. We keep those 3 circle stacks that we set up in the beginning. Now from there, hopefully the arm's feeling nice and warm, we're going to go into an overhead press. So you're just going to punch the arm up towards the ceiling and back down. Up towards the ceiling and back down. Now you want to try and make sure that you always have resistance in your band. It might go a little bit looser at the bottom, but we want to learn to kind of move through the resistance straight up and straight down. And what often will want to happen is people love to lean, yeah? So this is when we're thinking about our core muscles, right? We're thinking about our abdominals and the role that they play when we're doing these sorts of movements, right? They're what's helping to assist, keep us nice, still and stable. Everyone's going to give me 4 more here. And 3. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, so from there, you're going to come into a hip hinge for me. Now, foot is in the same place. This time you're going to step your left foot back and you're going to hinge from your hip. So right from where your hip crease is, your spine is going to stay straight. You're going to push your hips back so that your abdominals are lengthened in the front and your spine is lengthened on the back. You're going to take your weight or hold a little bit further down your band. Keep your arms straight and you're going to push the arm back straight. So this is targeting that tricep now, okay? Now what we are thinking of is lifting through the abdominals, lengthening through the spine and reaching the band as far back as we can. Now, quite often what happens when people do this is as they have the pressure of the band, they start to curl the spine forward. So I want you to really think about lengthening out through the crown of the head. I'm just putting my hand there as a little reminder to myself to not let myself collapse in there. I want everybody to give me 5. I'm going to come and have a little look and see how we're getting on. Nice. Good. I think try and get that weight forward slightly. So definitely, that's it. Reaching back as far as we can. Nice straight arm. Last one's here. And then we're going to stand up. We're going to give ourselves a little tiny breather before we add on to that movement. So when we get into this position, ladies, and I'll hit it this way so you can see, all of my weight is really on my front leg. And I'm kind of just on the ball of my back foot. And what this does, it means that right leg is taking most of the weight. And you'll notice I'm pushing my hips back. So this is what helps me hold this position, this hip. This time, instead of reaching the band back, we're going to reach the band to the side and down. So now this is targeting through our shoulder. Now this is probably, you're not probably going to want to have as much tension on the band as it can be quite challenging. Working into that upper deltoid, so big shoulder movement, okay? Everyone's going to give me about 7 more here. Good. Okay, I think you can give me a little bit more hinge. Go on. Yes, Dimitri, hinge is lovely. I would just say, pull those shoulder blades down your back a little bit more for me. Exactly. Nice, lovely. Anita, nice. Susan. Good. Nice, Maria. Just be careful not to lean as you pull. So stay really strong through that spine. Good. And nice. And Hannah, a little bit more weight through that. Yeah. And then think of sticking your bum out. And that's what helps straighten your spine and scooping up. Yes, 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 yes. Nice, guys. If in doubt with a hinge, Stick your bum out. It helps us to extend the hip, lengthen the glute, and engage those muscles in the back. But an easier way of saying it is just stick your bum out. It's a bit easier, right? Standing up nice and tall, ladies. Give your arms a little shake. Hopefully that right arm is feeling super, super fatigued. So let's give the left arm a go. Same thing, you've either got your weight in your hand or you're going to have hold of your resistance band. If my fan will stop blowing mine, I'll pop it on the mat. And we're going to start with that bicep curl. So remember, you tuck your elbow into the front of your ribs, shoulders back, 3 circles stacked. Start to pull the band towards you and release. And remember, see, when I get to the bottom, you see how mine is slack there? I lose the exercise. So when you're at the bottom, especially, make sure you've got that tension. Keeping that spine long. Something as simple as looking up is going to have, I know some of you guys are looking at me sometimes and computers down there, but our eyes tell our spine where we want it to go, right? And if you get used to, being in that forward posture, it pulls that spine forward, that center of gravity. So really get used to trying to lift that eye line. Everyone's just going to give me 5 more here. Beautiful. Last 4. Easy peasy, right? 3. Good. 2. Nice, guys. Last 1. Fantastic. So from there, we go into that overhead press. So all you do is you punch that band up towards the ceiling, or if you've got hold of your weight, reaching that weight overhead. Okay? Grounded, strong through the center so that when we reach up, we're not leaning, right? Forward and back. We're really stacking each of those postures. Really good. Reach. Good. Really, really nice. Good. Maria, for you, if this doesn't feel comfy, right, and don't worry, if there's an injury or something.
I've broken my left arm, my upper arm. So I'm still healing from that, so I'm not allowed to carry anything heavy.
Don't worry. So for you, just see if you just give me, and sometimes if you just pop your hand on your shoulder, right? Think of just that shoulder relaxing down. Just want you to just very gently lift as far as you can in that mobility and come back. And you see how what happened is you bent and you wanted to lean back there. I want you to stop at that point, right? And then lift. And for you, it's building up that mobility over time, right? Okay, gang. So once those shoulders are nice and warm, we are going into that hip hinge. So that band is in the same position, stood on the band. All that weight is through your left leg and your right leg is back, okay? Think, push the hips back, spine is lifted. And also, the lower that you drop that body and you lift the arm, the more work we get through that shoulder. Upright, it's okay, you know, you're still going to get a bit of work, but adding in the hinge increases that work through the back of the arm. So that's why we're doing it in this forward position rather than upright. Still works, but if we want to work the muscle, right, that tricep, we add in that little lean. That's it, Marie, you got it. A nice straight arm, shoulders back. Good. And Miranda, because you've got those fab weights, for you, what you can do is think of pulling your elbows up. So they're kind of parallel to the floor and then reaching the arms back that way. Yes. And you've got to be conscious, right, of that getting into that nice hip hinge position. Exactly. Couple more here, ladies, and then you can just stand up, give your spine a little rest before we go into our side bend. So, side bend, side raise. So in our hip hinge, exactly the same. Instead of reaching the band back, we pull the band to the side and down. And really, I mean, the highest I can get it if I've got tension on my band, it's probably just below my shoulder, right? If you're really getting it any higher up, try and add a little bit more tension for me. Just give me 8 more reps here, right? Everyone's kind of working at their own pace, which is fantastic. Good. Really, really nice. Good, ladies. Really lovely work. thinking of all those nice fab points. And then once we have finished your last rep here, nice, Sandra, I reckon you could get a bit low in your hinge. Yeah, you look at that. Yes, exactly. You know, there's always an extra inch in there. And then ladies, once you have finished your last rep, just keep hold of your band or just give your arms a little shake. Now, if you don't have a band, you can do this movement exactly. If you have a band, then you're just going to have a little bit of resistance. I would like for you to take your band behind your back, okay? And then you're going to hold on to it between your thumb and your forefinger. And if you don't have a band, you are just going to bend your arms in the exact same position. So they're at right angles, and I tuck them into the front pockets of my ribs right here. That's it. Now, keeping those elbows fixed, we did this last week, right? You're going to push the band back and you're going to open the chest. So what will often want to happen is those elbows want to go walking. I want you to glue them in and open and close those arms. So as they open, you're going to feel the shoulder blades draw together and the chest stretch and then release. That's it. We're just going to do 3 of these. Super simple, right? It's a really great way to just mobilize through that shoulder joint. Just be careful. Catherine, can you glue those elbows right there for me? That's it. Now keep them there as the hand goes back. That's it. Really, really nice. Good. Everyone is going to finish their last one with those hands open. I'm going to go into Cleopatra. So you're going to flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Imagine you're the most regal person ever as you stretch your arms. You lift your breastbone. And then you slowly pull the elbows in and stand nice and tall. Exactly. Reach, lift the chest, lift the breastbone, and then pull back in. And again, use your eye line, right? Think of sending your eyes slightly up. Think of filling the space, right? Really proud. And in. We're just going to do 2 more here. You can also do this like with a very, very light weight. Sometimes, you can use those small balls or like anything light works quite nicely. It's going to give you that same sensation. Good. We're going to finish our last one off here. So I want to see the best ones ever. I want you to stretch the band out as much as you can. Lift that breastbone and just take a nice deep breath in when you get here. And then exhale, just relax the hands down, relax the band. Very, very nice. So let's come onto the mat. Now for this, you are going to need hold of your band still, but if you don't have a band, don't worry, you can do this exercise without. We're going to go into an exercise called Bird Dog. Super, super popular for many reasons. If you do have I have quite a heavy band there because this is mainly shoulder work. If you have a band medium to light, it's usually a bit better. So you're going to lie your band out on your mat and you're going to place your left knee on it and you're going to grab it with your left hand. So we're in all fours. Now, if you don't have a band, you're just going to be on all fours, okay? Important points to master. Shoulders underneath or roughly underneath the wrists, knees underneath the hips. I meant to say that the other way around. You know what I mean. Spine is lovely and long, abdominals lifted. The band that's in the hand, you're going to stretch up and down. If you do not have a band, you're going to alternate. So you're going to lift your left arm, put it down, lift your right arm, put it down. Now the aim is that when we are moving our arms, the rest of the body is still, okay? There's this sense of lifting the abdominals up and also that feeling of pushing the floor away, right? So with our hand that we're supporting, we imagine pressing the floor away. That helps to stabilize that shoulder joint, okay? We're going to do 1 more here. And then we're going to add in a leg, okay? So instead of lifting this time, I want you to punch. Pretty similar to what we were doing before, right? Punching overhead, pulling the elbow back. And you'll notice my forearm is parallel to the floor. Now, if you don't have a band, I want to see the same thing, right? But your focus is going to be more as you pull your elbow back, kind of squeezing that elbow into that rib cage, and you're going to get a nice bit of back work in there as well. Now, if you feel uber confident and an arm is just too easy, you can add in a leg. Now, you have the choice. You can take your leg off the mat if you like, or you can leave it on, or you don't have to do it at all. So you've got 3 options depending on where you are. And I want everyone to give me 4 more repetitions here. 4. Good. 3. Really nice. 2. Lovely, Hannah. Good. Lovely, Kay. Last 1. Good. And down. Nice. Good. Other side. Yeah, that one's a tough one. So you're going to take your band and place it underneath your right knee. Miranda, is it okay with that weight on your shoulder? If it feels too heavy, drop down because it's a lot of it's a lot of work. I mean,
it makes my neck hurt when I'm doing it. Is that because my head's not in a good position?
Sometimes it can just be because we're not supporting through the shoulder. So you know that sensation of really pushing that mat away. What helps to do is, instead of it creeping into that neck, the muscles around the shoulder girdle are supported as well. So maybe have a little play, Rachel, just kind of pushing that mat away. Now for everyone else, if you're ready and you've got your right knee on your band, remember we start by just lifting and lowering, okay? Now my guys who don't have a band, you can keep your hands on the mat, and you can give me some alternating legs, if you like, right? Because you've already done both arms. You can give me legs. If you have got a band or a weight, good. Good, lovely, Anita, really nice. Nice, Marie, good. Nice. Sandra, can you, as you lift those legs, can you feel how naturally you want to kind of shift your weight from side to side? Push that mat away and feel lots of space across the shoulders. That's it. Really good. Nice, Catherine. Good. Now, if you have your band, you're going to punch forward this time and pull back. If you don't have your band, so band, you're pulling in and out. If you don't have your band, same thing. Now, you can just do arm, or if you want to go straight into arm and leg, you are more than welcome. We've also got that balance challenge now. Not an easy exercise, right? But the great thing about working out for your bones, and that I want to instill in you, is you need to challenge them and not be scared to move. Easier said than done, I know. If you've had a break, you've had a fall, it's not easy. But our bones love to be challenged. They want to be moved. Keep on going, Catherine. You got it. I'm watching, don't you worry. We want a challenge. Good. Anita, have you done both sides? Yeah? Good, guys. I want everyone to finish off their last one here. From there, you have the choice. You can sit back into a puppy pose, right? So you keep your bottom in the air. You push your hips back and you walk your hands forward and just rest your forehead on the mat. If that doesn't feel good, you come and lie on your side and then onto your back, and you're going to hug your knees into your chest this way. Okay, and I want everyone to just take a couple nice deep breaths there. Just allowing that back to release and lengthen. And then once you finish that last breath, we're going to make our way up to standing. So if you're on your back, remember to go onto your side and lift yourself up. If you can get off the floor without using your hands, it's a good challenge. If you need them, I mean, you can use them, of course, but if you think of every movement as a little exercise, it keeps us on throughout the day, right? And we're going to finish the way we always do, with our heels together and our toes apart. We want to imagine we've got a £50 note between our butt cheeks. We want to be able to hold it there and not let it go. So we feel really supported by the muscles in the waist or around the waist and pelvis. Find a focus on the wall in front of you, about eye level. Float your heels off the mat so you're on your tiptoes and you find your balance. And then very, very slowly sink your heels down into the floor, but imagine that you keep growing through the crown of your head with every movement. Good. We go again. Heels float up. £50 note still where we left it. We hold up. Tiptoe position and then we lower down, growing, lengthening through the back of the neck, crown of the head. Last one here, we rise up onto those tiptoes. This time we rise or we lift our arms up overhead. Now, if you feel confident with your balance and you want to try closing your eyes for a second, I invite you to do so. Then open those eyes, press down hands, shoulders and heels. Take a ginormous breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. You guys are all done. Thank you, ladies. So,
Thank you very much.
Thank
My-
you, Gemma.
my pleasure, guys. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
put in the
Thank
chat
you.
my website,
Oh,
but I think they will link to it anyway. And you can find me on Instagram under the same handle. And if you want to do an extra class or you are interested in the program, then just send me a message. I think my email is on there as well. Sometimes email and say, I know who you guys are, but just be like, it's me from Monday, and I can talk you through how that works. But yeah, and if not, I will see you all same place on Monday.
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys,
Bye-bye.
have a
Bye.
wonderful evening.
See you next
Yes.
Monday.
Bye.